Oh shit, it's slow.
So this round we're rushing A. What I'm doing here is I'm waiting until my team gets close before I drop my smokes so that they will get maximum value out of the duration of my smokes. By the way, don't mind my smoke CT here, it's really bad. It was really late into the night, I was feeling kind of sleepy and I didn't even realize how bad that smoke is because of the gap on the right. That's an example of what not to do. Now, right here, my team makes a big mistake.
One close.
There was absolutely no reason for us to dry push this smoke. See, the enemies had a really good setup here. One of them plays close right, and then the other one plays backside, and the guy playing backside peeks on the Reyna's contact. But simple use of utility like a Reyna flash or a Sky flash would have given us enough space in pushing out of the smoke. So here what I could do is also mindlessly push out of the smoke, right? But the best case scenario there is I just get one, and I'm probably gonna get traded, and then it's just a 2v4 and we still end up losing the round. Or what I could do is I could hold back, wait for them to push, and wait for them to make mistakes, because again, if our team is not playing perfectly, they're also not playing perfectly. So here, holding the smoke gives us the advantage because they're the ones who have to push out of the smoke. But we ended up losing, but what's important is I tried to give us a chance to win the round. So this round is an eco round, and what we're doing here is we're playing default. And for those of you who don't know what default means, it's a strategy where as attackers, you're playing like defenders. And what you're basically trying to do in a default setup is hoping that they would make a mistake. I spot information that the Astra is playing C. There is absolutely no reason why I shouldn't fight the Astra here. Why? Because if I lose the fight, it's fine because we're on an eco round, we're supposed to die anyway, right? But if she loses the fight, it gives us an edge. It gives us a chance to win. So here, I'm just using perfect crosshair placement. Simply waiting for the Astra to peek, and what's left for me to do is simply press mouse 1 without even having to aim. And then look at that, the Killjoy gets a pick, and now it's an eco round and it's a 5v3. Again, if our team is not playing perfectly, I should also expect that the enemy is also not playing perfectly and they're bound to make mistakes. And it's up to us to take advantage of those mistakes. So now it's down to a 3v1, and to make sure that we don't throw this round, what I'm doing here is that I'm just playing with my Reyna and I'm making sure that I'm in the right position to trade her. So now our team looks like we're in the position to push A. But notice that I'm not yet dropping my smokes because I'm only gonna drop my smokes when we are sure that we are going to commit to that site and we are going to use those smokes. Because as Brimstone, his smokes doesn't really recharge. So each smoke has really high value and I have to be thoughtful with what I smoke. So our team makes a call to rotate to C. But again, this is a ranked game. This is not VCT. So it's impossible for us to know whether it was the right call or not, because we don't really know if the enemy is the type of team to fast rotate or not. But it doesn't really matter if it was the right call. What matters is that I'm on the same page as my team and I am playing with my team, and I'm there to use my utility to support them, especially on attack side where coordination is incredibly important. For this round, it turns out it was the right call and we got the site for free. Smoke and B-link. But now, suddenly, it's down to a 2v3. Because apparently, my team likes to throw. Now, if this wasn't a 2v3 and we are not in a disadvantage, I'd just be making sure that I'm playing with my team to secure the round. But now, we're at a disadvantage and I'm stuck on site. So my instant thought right here is that I have to make a play. Because if I don't and I just choose to hide, the enemy is probably just gonna swarm the site and then we'd end up losing. So I take an aggressive peek on Garage.
Oh shit, it's slow. Fuck.
And luckily, I get 2. And here, to secure the 2v1, we have info that she's backside. So here I can just take my time and make sure to peek her together with my Killjoy. So that's an example of a round where I took a risk and the risk paid off. So in this round, again, I'm making sure that I'm putting down my smokes when my teammates are in the position to push side. I'm also making sure that I'll push in with my team. I get absolutely destroyed, but luckily, the trades are on our side. Now, it's a 2v1. And honestly, the Killjoy played this really bad here because instead of playing a peek on your contact type of scenario or a crossfire with his teammate, he instead went for a 1v1. So instead of it being a 2v1, it became 2 1v1s. But luckily, the enemy Astra also played it really bad because had she just checked the corner, she probably could have won easily. But again, if I don't expect my team to play perfectly, I should also not expect the enemy to play perfectly. This round we're pushing A, and again, I'm putting down my smokes when I know that my team is ready to commit on site. Also, I'm using my ult to clear heaven and hell. Now this may look like it's a waste of an ult, but my gut was telling me that I'm probably not gonna be using it for a while. So I might as well use it to secure this round instead of holding onto it and then never getting any value out of my ult. Soon enough, we were able to win the round and we were able to just keep the momentum going. Good job, Chamber. No one back.
Yes, don't commit, don't commit, don't commit.
We tried pushing C, but when we got a lot of resistance, we decided to rotate to A. Now, I decided to lurk and try to cut off their rotations. Now, at first, I did a pretty good job. But right here, what I probably should have done is maybe put a smoke right in front of me so that I can run away and group up with my team. But as you can see, I kind of panicked and I wasn't able to make the right decision right away.
1 heaven. Open.
Nice shot. 2v2, 2v2.
One enemy remaining.
Side, side,
Nice,
side.
bro.
Nice! But luckily, my teammates were able to win this 2v3. This round we're pushing A, and I'm just making sure that I'm pushing in with my team. Now, when I'm pushing in a site like this, what I'm doing is I'm constantly looking at my minimap to get information on where the enemies are and where my teammates are, so that I'm always putting myself in the position that my teammates kill the people on site. Now it's a 3v1, and I notice that my teammates are deciding to fight him, so I'm just making sure that I'm fighting with them. We successfully took A site, but now it's down to a 2v4 and we're at a disadvantage. And again, whenever we're at a disadvantage, I don't hesitate to try and make a play, because there's no reason for me to not take a risk here. If I fail at my play and I lose, it's fine, because we're supposed to lose anyway, it's a 2v4. But if I win, then great, we're keeping the momentum going. Now I know from the minimap that the Jet is RT backside, but before fighting her, I'm making sure that there's no one watching from heaven. Luckily, I win that fight. Now, there's a weird Astra smoke in front of me, and I just had a gut feeling that the Astra is gonna be pushing this smoke. So I choose to play inside the smoke and hold the smoke so that I have the advantage when she does decide to push in. Now it's down to a 2v1, and again, we could set up a crossfire and wait for the enemy chamber to make the first move, but because I noticed that my Sky is fighting, I have to be on the same page with her and I have to fight with her, because I don't want to turn this 2v1 into two 1v1s. Now, after a few minutes of defaulting and playing for picks, we're down to a 3v3. Now, we don't have to make a decision here yet because we still have a lot of time to still play for picks. Luckily, I get a pick on a person pushing A, and then I make a call to run C. And the reason for that is because my teammates and I are not grouped up. If we were grouped up, the right thing to do is to just instantly rush A after I get that pick. Because if the Astra pushed up A, there's probably no one on A site right now, because there's no reason for them to be there if the Astra has information that A is clear. But now that I got that pick, they're probably going to be rotating towards A. And because my team is not grouped up yet, it's going to take us some time to push up A, which gives the enemy enough time to rotate towards A and shut down our push. So the right thing to do here is go to the opposite side of the map where they probably rotated away from. So here, I'm just making sure that I'm using my utility to help out my teammate and ensure that we're gonna take this site. Now it's down to a 2v1 and I'm making sure that I'm in a position where I'm playing with my teammate. Now we get information that the enemy chamber is at garage. And in this entire round, I have been playing perfectly, except for this last part. Remember when I said that in 2v1s, I have to be playing with my teammate and make sure that I'm not turning the 2v1 into two 1v1s? Well, we were up 9-1. I was feeling really good about my aim, so fuck it. So luckily, I won that fight, or else the enemy chamber would have had a chance to win. Now, I don't really know what happened in this round. We just ended up winning, because I guess the enemy's giving up. What the heck is that Reyna doing? And then we got absolutely destroyed on the pistol round. Holy f***. And then we lost the eco round. But look at my shots though. Wow. Now when the enemies are pushing A, I make sure to instantly rotate and put smokes down for my teammates. As a controller, I have to be proactive with my smokes. I should not be waiting for my teammates to call out my smokes for me. I have to know when they need my smokes and give a smoke to them whenever they need it. We get spike drop, and again, here I'm just fighting with my teammate. So here again, I'm playing mid, I have my ult, and I find a really good opportunity to use it. By the way, thank you so much everyone for 300 subscribers. All of your support means so much to me. With that said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
Spike planted.
Oh shit, bro! Oh shit! This guy's swinging.
One enemy remaining.
god! Oh my god!
Hey, bro.
Hey yo, are you a pro player?